Mago 107. Yesterday I didn't do a Mago session. I didn't do a meditation for a week or more. Time is flying. So, did a true meditation today. Lots of breathing. Did the tea, gorilla, matcha, ginseng, and 2 puffs of Mago. And felt a good connection with my true self. My normal wake up and then do some chores, breakfast, whatever, and my mind is in a shallow place. I think it's juggling like different worries about regular life, money, relationships, loneliness, XYZ, random negative things, 100 little small negative things with my own life and then the world at large. And I notice with the help of meditation, Mago, and tea, I enter a different state. All of that really falls silent. And then I'm able to hear my own deeper thoughts. And I ask myself, do I wish I could stay like this all day, every day? I do wish I could stay like this. And I'm asking myself, why can't I stay like this? This is my better self. I feel like it's my more real self. I'm especially not thinking about, oh, what do other people think about me? Right now, when I'm on these Mago sections, I'm not thinking about, oh, people are thinking I'm weird, blah, 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 or dumb, or people don't understand what I'm saying. Like, it's not important at all to me right now. People understand what I'm saying. I'm 100% only thinking about speaking to myself. All right? I'm recording these lives so that I can go back later and understand what I'm thinking. Be able to remember what I am thinking. Whether or not I'm able to communicate it or not, I don't know. Whether I communicate with myself and understand myself, my words later on, I'm not quite sure. When I say words, I understand it at a deep level right now, but later on, I'm at a level, and I may not understand the deep message within my words. But still, I can I guess I need a little of both, huh? Right now, I'm not worried about whether I'm on the right path. I'm content to not be in control. I cannot have the perfect plan for my life. In my shallow state, I'm worried about the plan. So, in this state, a lot of plans pop up in my head. I'm like, that could be a good plan. One of my plans has always been I should write a book. And then self-doubt creeps in, like, why would people care? People want to read whatever I write about my own life. Um, they won't want to read it when I'm like, you all idiots. You all are idiots. Read my book. So you're not idiotic. So yeah, in my everyday, in my habitual state, I'm like, yeah, I read a book, and then I don't really do it. And I don't even think about how to do it or what is my audience, right? I don't think any of those things out. But in my deeper state, I do think about it now. I'm thinking about it like, do I write it with an audience in mind, or do I write it saying, fuck thinking about what other people think, right? Write it to myself. And if people like it or not, or have a reason to like it or not, don't think about any of that. But I know it. Random thought in my mind is the prisoners in jails, are they allowed to write? And I'm thinking they don't. They're allowed to read, perhaps. Perhaps they have books or a library. Or perhaps they don't, depending on which prison, right? In El Salvador, they're probably just, basically crowded. One large prison cell, fenced. But in other countries, I'm wondering if they're allowed to write in any country. not going to have a typewriter or computer, and they're not going to have a pen and pencil. Who's going to provide all the paper and pens and pencils? Prisons or detention camps, as we call them nowadays, getaway fly, with ice and all. Now, this is a privilege. I'm able to record my thoughts. And most of my thoughts are just rambling. They all have a deeper meaning if you sit and meditate on it. So yeah, I'm trying to get past my self-consciousness and my negative thoughts of who wants to watch this. I don't know. Each time I get like, look, I got 4 likes for reason. They don't even understand what I'm saying. I'm sure it's local Brazilian people, because I'm in Brazil. The IP only shows lives to other Brazilians. And if I wanted to get more followers, blah, 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 I would probably try to speak more Portuguese, but that's not the goal for this. But yet I'm getting like random 2 more followers every time I do a Mago section. It's weird. They don't even understand what I'm saying. But I do have to say, I don't want to be dependent. I don't want to be dependent on I don't want to be dependent on Mago and meditation I just want to be like this all the time. Have clarity of thought. That's the thing that it is. Who am I with the help of Mago, tea, and meditation? I'm someone who has clarity of thought. I don't have all the noise. All the noise of worries and self-doubt that comes in. All the thinking about what is lacking. You know, I lack freedom, I lack peace, I lack community, I lack money, I lack XYZ. That's who I normally am when I wake up in the morning. But I don't know if that's really who I am, or starting around 5, 6, 7 years old, that's who I was programmed by life, parents, society, media, schools, all of that. Is that who taught me to be all negative? Essentially, that's what it is, right? It's me being focused on what I lack, or what lacks in this world. We all are enslaved, we all lack freedom. It's hard for me to stop thinking about that. Because every day, everyone has to spend all their time working and not prospering. Everybody is forced to give up prosperity to the slave masters, while everyone else just works and hardly gets any prosperity for them, any opportunities for prosperity for them and their families. So that's why I'm wondering, like, maybe I should just stay in this state all the time, even if that means constantly doing meditation, tea, and Mago every day. Is it always going to be like that? Like, am I deeply, permanently molded by society to be negative and thinking about what I lack? Essentially, that's what the Matrix is all about. It's training everyone to think about what they lack so that they have to work and pay money to buy things to not feel like they lack. Ugly people have to buy expensive clothes to at least create a community of people who admire them. Women dating men or not dating them because they don't have the right fashion. How insane is that? That's the world we live in, huh? Men have to have the right fashion, aesthetic, in order to get a girlfriend. I commented on an Asian guy who's an influencer, and I don't like these people who are fashion influencers. Like buying cool, trendy, expensive clothes. What was his video? It was him like going up to two pretty girls and being like, "Can you guys pick out my outfit? Let's go shopping together." And they're like, "Yeah, okay." It's totally fake. Totally already pre-planned with them. They're like influencer pretty girls as well. So, hey, let's do a video together. We go shopping. And he walks up to them, acts like they're strangers. And then they go shopping together and they buy him an outfit. Well, they don't buy him, they pick out an outfit and he pays for it. I don't know, like, what bullshit content to create. Basically teaching young people that if they want a relationship, they have to have good fashion. They have to spend a lot of money. All that money goes to who? So I wrote something mean on his, and it wasn't meant to be abusive to him, but it was basically, I'm protecting the kids. I wrote basically like consumerism and materialism is bullshit. You're basically funding genocide ultimately. That money ends up going to corporations that fund G-side. I guess we're not even allowed to say the G word anymore. How crazy is that we live in? We don't live in a free world, man. We can't even tell the truth. Anyways. I guess I'm in a negative mode right now. I'm just stating. I've been raised in the matrix matrix. I've been raised in the system that has made me very negative. And this prevents me from creating art. I don't want to create art right now. I want to destroy the system. How can you create art? How can I create a beautiful book when we're all being enslaved? Like literally, I can't write on my laptop right now because the screen broke and it's not even a year old. Why did the screen break? Because capitalism wants me to buy laptops every year. And so they made the screen either with software or hardware. It's impossible to know. They could have wrote the software that makes the screen overheats or some bullshit. Because it was overheating before for no reason. I don't know why. But I do know why. They make it so that it has basically planned obsolescence. They make money when things don't last 5, 6, 7 years like they used to. Now they only last a year. Every year, the durability goes down. And they just basically use their monopoly to abuse their customers with worsening ability. They get a bigger monopoly year after year, which means they can produce shittier crap. That's capitalism, if you don't know. Capitalism, at the end of the day, is when the wealth accumulates and causes such a great power imbalance that the free market gets bribed. And then the free market gets enslaved. So when people who are pro-capitalism say, well, you have an iPhone, so you have to thank capitalism. iPhones were made by capitalism. It's like, okay, it was made by capitalism. That's debatable. But if that is true, it also is being destroyed by capitalism. Let's say it's true, capitalism created the iPhone, but right now, the iPhone pretty much has a monopoly. And now, if I want a good camera combined with a good phone, there's no options to choose a phone that has a battery that's easily replaced and that also lasts for 7, 8 years. They make them so that they only last 2 or 3 years, and the battery's terrible after 2 or 3 years. So now capitalism has allowed a monopoly to exist that allows them to be able to create shittier and shittier iPhones year after year. So what was great in 2025 is terrible. And there's no other options left because they became a monopoly and squashed all other competition. So yeah, I think my next phone will be a Huawei. My iPhone 13 is already starting to suck. Google Maps doesn't work well. GPS is always in the city. It's like, I'm not on this road, or I'm not going this direction, I'm going the other direction. And it takes 30 seconds for the cell phone to figure it out. Things like that. They intentionally make shitty iPhones now because of capitalism. It's basically a tax. The newest iPhone is exactly the same as the last 5 iPhones, but they make it so that the last only 2 years, 3 years, the battery and the software gets buggy. Now you have to buy a new iPhone every year because the battery and the software is slowed down. And it's the same phone. It's just $1,000 every year. They're taxing you. So yeah, capitalism will debate whether or not it's good for creating new things, but they decline over time. So everything gets corrupted in capitalism over time. So you want to tell me, capitalism created your iPhone. Capitalism corrupts my iPhone. It created it? Okay, maybe. But it corrupts my iPhone. It makes it so it doesn't work and I have to keep buying new ones. And they have a monopoly, so it's not like I can buy another durable phone. So that's my little rant on capitalism. But yeah, I'm gonna start writing my book in my phone. I need to set basically 30 minutes a day of actual writing in my book. Even if it's terrible writing, even if it's like, why would I even, whatever. And I'm gonna do it while I'm on Mago, fuck it. With the help of Mago, meditation, and tea. Yeah. Alright, Mago session 107, the day I really start fucking writing. At least to give myself the discipline that I need and to appreciate that I am at least free to write. And in prison, there are many who are not free to write. Or detention centers, wherever people are not free, or people that are even enslaved in the matrix, surviving paycheck to paycheck, working day and night, trying to raise a family, whatever. They don't have the freedom to write. Out of respect to them, I should write. All right. Every day, a little bit of kung fu, a little bit of writing. And then increase the amount I write every single day, even if by one word only. All right. I'm going to write right now. Goodbye. What? I'm getting less and less Jackie Chan comments. That's good. I think it's been like 3 sessions where no one has said Jackie Chan or Bruce Lee or whatever, or somewhat Esse coca e Fanta. What does that mean? M du pai tem compé. Some sort of Christian bullshit.